look at this. I am currently fully interfaced with my Tektronix 22.2 oscilloscope with my modern computer. I mean, it's not super modern, but you can consider it is modern. It runs Windows 10, which is a modern software. Let me update the waveform again. Now it's reading the waveform from the oscilloscope, and it displays it. It's the exact same thing here. I gotta turn channel 2 off. I mean channel 1, because channel 1 is not working. Yeah, okay, let's delete that. There we go. And I can make delta time measurements on the 222 as well. Yeah, you can see delta times 19.70 microsecond, 50.76 kilohertz. I have made the cursors on the x-intercepts, and guess what? That is fairly close to what I am getting on the frequency counter out of this signal generator. So that is absolutely glorious. I can even change the, let's see what else I can change. I can change the scale, the volts per division scale. See, I don't even need to touch it. Isn't that wondrous? Of course, this software is very old, so I'm running it on dosbox, which is an excellent software for running, well, is it a virtual machine? I actually don't know. It's running, oh, it's running DOS, and that's what CAT200 is supposed to be running off of, DOS. And I was able to configure its serial and everything. So now I just have a USB to RS-232 serial adapter connected to my oscilloscope, and I can configure it perfectly if I were to go to, where's auto setup? Modem, cursors, auto setup. If I were to click this on my computer, it'll start the oscilloscope. There we go. It's reading that waveform, and I can update it now by going to here, digitize, and then click F4, or I can just do F4 here, but it's all up in these things. Actually, I can just turn function lock on, and I can just do it by pressing this button, and now it'll do it for me. It's reading the waveform, and look at that. It's the exact same. I can adjust this here. I can adjust it manually, of course. Get it to what looks good. I can even uncalibrate it and get a nice waveform, and then I can press F4 again, and then it'll redo it. And it got a waveform for me. Of course, it's going to say that channel 2 is now uncalibrated. This thing doesn't have a channel 1. Channel 1 is broken. I can try turning it on, but no, there's no channel. There's no channel 1 module inside this thing, so I can only go with channel 2, unfortunately. But it's very, very fun. I can, well, let's do another signal that's not a sine wave. In fact, actually, I'll just disconnect this, and instead connect it here. I consider this thing my frequency standard. Let's go to here. So this is outputting exactly 1 megahertz, as it's my frequency standard, so it is exactly 1 megahertz for me. And let's see how accurate this thing is. Let's get it a good visual on the scope. Ooh. Let's recalibrate it. Let's digitize. It's capturing it. And captured. Now, actually, I want... Okay, instead of changing the time base on here, I'm going to change the time base through my computer. Let's... Okay, let's not make it faster, let's make it slower. There we go. And then digitize. Let's see how accurate those pulses are. There. 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 Let's get the cursor out of the way. They are very accurate. So the scope is indeed calibrated, not screen calibrated very well. As you can see, it's off on the graticules by just a little bit. It's still within spec, but just a little bit off. It has a really, really sharp trace. Because it's a tiny CRT and Tektronix made excellent CRTs. Let's go to cursors again. Let's go with up, up. And then let's subtract tiny, tiny bits. Also, I'm using these two buttons to control. For this, you have to do a shift that to get to the plus. This is just, well, minus. Let's get that as accurate as possible. Alright. Now let's switch to the other long dashed cursor. And that is that exactly on? Those two seem as exact as I can get it. And looky that. Exactly 1 megahertz. Exactly what I set my pulse generator up there to be. That is excellent. Now let's see if we can measure random frequencies. So I'm gonna put this into here, and I'm gonna I don't know, mess it up a little bit. All right. So on the scope, actually, let's not look at the scope. Let's put the scope backwards, okay? The computer is now our scope. Let's digitize and see what display we got. Alright, looks like our time base is far too fast. Let's adjust that. Now let's digitize again. Still far too fast. Digitize. Okay. It's too slow now. Now let's digitize. Alright, I got 2 pulses here. Now, actually, let me, is this on store mode? I don't think so. Alright, now let's digitize again, because this moves the thing a little bit this way, so it's easier to see. Yeah, there we go. Alright, now I just need to go to cursors, and I can now adjust it. Let's go back, and then here, and little itty bitty backs. Alright, very at the right start there. Now this should go big, 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 and then tiny forward. Alright, so that gives me 2.85 kilohertz from the measurements I've made using this oscilloscope without even looking at this display of this, but it's reading the digitized version here. Now, if I head over here and connect this to my frequency counter, does it read the same? 2.85, what kilohertz, is that what I got here? 2.85 kilohertz. That is exactly what I got. So as you can see, CAT200 is a very, very powerful tool that can be used with a Tektronix 2222. That was 4 twos, wasn't it? It's only 3 twos. Triple two. The Tektronix 222 digital storage oscilloscope. What other functions exist here? Acquisition modem. What happens if I click dial? I actually don't know what happens. What happens when I click dial? What happens here? Actually, I'm not sure what happens here. Modem on. Actually, I don't know what this thing does. Is this like a phone number or something? What's the Better Call Saul phone number? Five oh five 503 4455. 5. Okay, let's backspace. 505 503 4455. Is that right? Can I call Better Call Saul? Go off hook. Configure. Oh, I think this is this over phone lines? I think it's over phone lines. Actually, I'm not too sure, because I know they did like dial up and a whole bunch of stuff over phone lines. Can I print this? No printer was specified. Okay. Clear. This. Okay, maybe not clear yet. What other functions have we not explored? Display. Okay, that just that does the same display function for that. Nothing special there. Acquisition. Nothing special there either. We already know what that does. Front panel setup. Alright. Waveforms. Can I save a waveform onto my computer? Mode. Can I... Oh yeah, because there's the save and recall. Can I is there anything other that tells me to do that? No. Well, what does this do? Okay, I think it's getting the first waveform from the scope. Oh, I don't know what happened. So what does clear do? Oh, it just clears the screen. Alright. Exit. Oh. There you go. There's dosbox. I'll make a tutorial on how to interface this oscilloscope with the modern computer soon. But that is an interesting thing with this. The software is freely available on w140.com, and it's very, very neat to be able to interface with a scope like this. Old technology, but still very powerful. It's actually, I would say, actually no, my hand tech is more powerful, but the hand tech kind of sucks because it's super cheap and its interface is very slow. This one is actually faster. Can you believe it? RS-232 communication is faster than USB on this scope. Something to think about. Alright, bye-bye.